Hello, ladies. Welcome back. It's a pleasure to be here with you today again. Although, as you can hear, I'm not feeling so well. Um, but nonetheless, life is a blessing, and we just have to try to make the best of every circumstance that comes our way, right? So, today we're going to focus on trial balance and suspense account. We are going to focus on a incorrect trial balance or one that has not been balanced, and then we're going to redraft the corrected trial balance with the aid of the suspense account or after creating the suspense account. So let me go ahead and scroll down a little. All right, so here we have our question. First question says, the following trial balance was extracted by A. Nelson on the 30th December 2023. She is unable to get the totals to agree. So this is the incorrect trial balance. This is the one that has not been balanced. Trying to scroll down. All right, good. So for the sales, we have $87,050. Purchases, $62,400. And as you can see, the figures going down. Now, without this suspense account here, we would not be able to balance the account. In other words, if you were to find the sum of all these figures right here in black, it would not be equal to 109,522. If you have a calculator, you can go ahead and check that out just to see that it really does not balance. All right. Now, that's our incorrect trial balance. And then these are the errors that we would have found while reviewing that incorrect trial balance. So the first account error rather is sales daybook overcast by $350. The second one, discounts allowed undercast by $100. Fixtures bought for $850 have been entered in the cash book, but not in the creditor's account. 4, credits purchase of $166 were entered in the purchases daybook only, but not in the creditor's account. And the fifth error, check payment to a creditor of $490 had been debited to the drawings account in error. Now, just the suspense account only values 4 marks, and the redraft trial balance with the corrections values 8 marks. Let me scroll down. Here we have our suspense account. Now, I have color-coded the figures so that you can look in the information with the arrows and on the trial balance to see exactly where those figures came from and how they function in the trial balance that we're redrafting. All right, so our suspense account, this $1,134 is what we would have in our previous or incorrect suspense account, or trial balance rather. So here it is, suspense, $1,134. So therefore, we have to create a suspense account in order to correct the error here so that this trial balance can be balanced, right? So balance as per TB means balance as per trial balance. And we saw where we got the $1,134 from. Creditor comes from error number 4, which has credit purchase of $166 were entered in the purchases daybook only, but not in the creditor's account. So we put our $166 here. Over to the credit side of the suspense account, we have sales overcast by $350. This is where we got it from, the $350 from the first error. The discounts undercast was taken from the second error. Here we have the $100, yes. And the fixtures omitted was taken from the third error. We purchased the fixtures for $850, but we entered it in the creditor's account by mistake. So to find the sum of all these three figures, we'll get $1,300. This is necessary for us to balance the entire account, suspense account, right? Because if you were to find the total of 166 plus $1,134, you would get $1,300. And I hope that you are understanding. The good thing about the video is that you can replay and you can slow it down. If I'm speaking too fast, you can slow it down and try to catch up. But I take it that you are doing just fine. All right, so that's it. This value is 4 marks. Now we move on to the trial balance. We have to redraft the trial balance so that it balances, so that both debit and credit section or column of the trial balance balances. All right, so let's go. Here we have the sales. The sales was originally $87,050 in the incorrect trial balance, but it's the arrows, the information with the arrows says that $350 was overcast. So we would have to subtract that $350 here from the sales. Good? So this is coming from the sales in the incorrect trial balance. Now, when you use your calculator and you subtract $350 from $87,050, you will now have $86,700. However, if you were creating a T account, you would know that the sales would have a credit balance, and that is why in the trial balance, it also has a credit balance. Now, moving on, our purchases figure is $62,400. When we look in the incorrect trial balance, it's the same. Why didn't we make any adjustments to it before we put it back in the correct trial balance? Well, in our additional information section, which is this, there is no adjustments to be made to the purchases. So we simply put back the $62,400. We know that discounts allowed and discounts received is debited and credited respectively. Our salaries and wages is $3,168. All these figures here are from the previous trial balance, the wrong or incorrect trial balance. See? We're going to rewrite the general expenses figure. We're going to rewrite the stock figure. And if you remember when we did stock valuation, we would have checked or count the amount of stock that we have left. So if we bought a case of cup soup, we would count the box at the end of the month to see how many packages are left in that box of cup soup or ramen noodle. All right, so moving on. We're going to make an adjustment to debtors and creditors as well as to fixtures. Let's see why. So we move down to fixtures. In the fixtures account, original trial balance, we had $10,000 under the debit section or debit column. But here, let me scroll back up so you can see it. See there, $10,000 debited. But when we look at the errors that were made, we see that fixtures was bought for $850, but mistakenly omitted from the creditors account. So we have to put it back in the creditors account. Therefore, we are going to find the sum of $10,000 plus $850, or add the $850 to $10,000. When you do that on your calculator, you find that we get $10,850. As fixtures is an asset, it will maintain a debit balance. Therefore, it is recorded in the debit column of the trial balance that has been redrafted in order to correct these errors that we see here that were found. Good? Moving on. The next arrow or the next adjustment that will be made is on debtors and creditors. Our debtors figure is $8,120 in the previous or incorrect trial balance. See, I scrolled up. However, the creditors figure is $5,045. But when we redraft the correct trial balance, that creditors figure, oops, too fast, that creditors figure is now $4,721 instead of $5,045. How so? Let's see. So we're going to have to see, firstly, how we would have gotten this $405. See, discounts allowed and received. There's a little note there that says, in order to get the $405, we scroll up. Let me scroll up. $405. Discounts allowed on the cost by $100. So we're going to take that $100 and we're going to add it to this $305 in the previous trial balance, which is discounts allowed. All right, 305 plus 100 gives you $405. And because it carries a debit balance, we're simply going to rewrite it under the debit column. So discounts allowed, the new figure for discounts allowed is $405. Let's scroll down again. Sorry, not down, up rather. But it still doesn't tell us how we get the $4,721. So let's see. Creditors. What was the error for creditors? The error was that a credit purchase of $166, it was made but incorrectly entered in the day book, the purchases day book, instead of in the creditor's account. So we will now have to put it back in the credit account or creditor's account. That's $166. We have another adjustment here. Check payment to a creditor of $490 had been debited to the drawings account in Aero. So this is what we're going to do. Scrolling down. Oops. We're going to say this original creditor's figure that we have in the previous or incorrect balance sheet is $5,045. What we're going to do is add the sales on the cost of $166. Then the figure that was omitted from the creditor's account, we're going to subtract it from the total. So $5,045 plus $166 minus $490 equals $4,721. It is this figure here that we're going to take and put it right here, and it will become the new creditor's figure after the adjustments are made. Where did the adjustments come from? The adjustments were taken from here. See? We purchased, but it wasn't credited to the creditor's account. And then a payment to creditor was made, but it was debited to the incorrect account, which is drawings. All right? So that's how we would have gotten the $4,721. I really hope that you understand. I'm trying to speak slower. All right. Our next adjustment is drawings. $4,520 minus $490 give us $4,030. Why do we adjust this figure here? Again, let's scroll up slowly to our incorrect trial balance. Here we have the $45,000 are $4,520, and it's debited to the drawings account, which is exactly what the arrow says. See, it says that it has been debited. The $490 had been debited to the drawings account in arrow. When you subtract $490 from this $5,045, sorry, from this $4,520, because we're working with drawings here, so we have to work with the drawings account. Remember what drawings are? Yes, they are the money that the owner takes out of the business for personal use. They withdraw that money. So, should it be debited or credited? Good. So let's see. Let's color code it again, so you should be able to remember when you are practicing. When you take the $490 drawings from this $4,520, you are left with $4,030. Correct? And we know that capital has a credit balance. So that's why it's in the credit section in the trial balance. Notice credit, CR means credit. If it's, you might not remember, let me just write the word out. So D-E-B-I-T. All right, so that's that. Now, let us move on to the totals. We have to balance both sides of the account. I want you to punch in $62,400, $405, $3,168, $595, $10,850, $12,490, $8,120, $6,790, and $4,030. Tell me how much you get. Whatever figure you get should add to, or to amount. It should amount all the totals. The totals for these figures should amount to $108,848. I want you now to go ahead and do the same thing for the credit section. So it's $86,700 plus $410. Scrolling down, plus $4,721 after the adjustment has been made, plus $17,017. Tell me if you get this figure back. So that's the end of it. The trial balance, the redrafted trial balance is balanced, and the unbalanced or incorrect trial balance is now corrected. And that's it. I've made a little note here for you so that you can see how we got the $405 as well as the $4,721 here. $4,721 and $405. Good. Now I want you to try one for yourself so I can see if you would have understood what I explained to you